Uncut and After Show. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere, and there's also a Ko-Fi, Patreon, crypto, and thanks button in the info box below the video. Now, we are actually joined by a whole bunch of people in both Discord and G+, so I'll hand across to them so you can enjoy their dulcet tones while I set up for today's live show.
If gravity's not real.
Nathan's doing his opening, right? He's coming back.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gravity's not
Welcome
real,
back,
and balloons still go up, so now what?
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Let's let the question go to Nathan right now, because Nate wanted to ask a question. But Nate, go ahead and repeat your question, please.
Oh, I mean, I don't really want to go on too much about this. I'm just curious because we're talking about gases basically acting the same way, but for some real reason, a balloon with helium floats up, and a balloon that's filled up with my lungs doesn't float up.
What does this have
So it
to do?
seems like
What does this have to do with gas filling space? All gases disperse into volume. That's what they do.
it seems like they disperse differently, though.
So we can definitely agree that the space is claimed above our head is fake because gas would be filling it.
So then balloons with helium won't float up.
So
They
just
should.
before we discuss helium, you appreciate that there's a claim that the sky is a vacuum and gas disperses into vacuums. Can we just get that pegged down before we move on?
Sure, but this helium gas seems to be dispersing.
Nate, just 1 second. Like the last time, right? I was here earlier talking with a guy and he was like, okay, when it's like Earth's measured flat. Yeah. So let's not just quickly accept that there is no space. We'd all be dead. Gas fills space. If the sky was a vacuum, is it just me, or is it this point that I laboured a minute ago is now getting interrupted? Is it just me, Nate?
The gas fills its
It's all right, Nate. I was in the middle of a sentence, buddy. I'll say it with a smile this time, like it's not extremely irritating to be irritated. Yeah, I'll try not to be. I'll just reiterate it without the interruption from you, Nate. So we accept, you and I together, based on how gas, without exception, always behaves, it always disperses into vacuums. That's what gas does. So therefore, there is no sky vacuum. Gas would have filled it. Can we just stay there for a second with you accepting space is fake based on that law of nature I detailed earlier, second law of thermodynamics? Gas fills space, right? You accept that, do you?
The gas fills its container, yes.
Right. So there's no sky vacuum because there is no container around a globe Earth. That bullshit is violated when we describe second law of thermodynamics. You agree with that, right?
Well, it seems like these gases are acting differently. Shouldn't it just fill the space like all other gases?
Yeah, they
Seems
should.
like
They
is very
would.
different from
Yeah,
what's in
I'm
my
answering you.
lungs.
Yeah, don't ask rhetorical questions in the middle of something. Yes, they would. They should. They do. It's a law of nature. They would. It just means that the pictures they claim of Earth from space are fake because they violate a law of nature. Gas would fill the space. That's what gas does.
What this nigga's talking about, bro?
So space is fake. Nate.
Can we get a concession on this, do you think?
I don't understand what this nigga's talking about.
I just need Nate. Just Nate. The guy with the protracted silence is him leaving the protracted silence, not anybody else. You don't need a white knight to step in for Nate. We just need Nate, the one talking to me, the one leaving a protracted silence after I point out that outer space is fake. There is no sky vacuum. It violates the law of nature. I don't need the answer to my question while I'm answering it. Ideally, it would come in the protracted silence you left, Nate, rather than in the middle of me talking. Is that okay with you, Nate? Do you want to pop yourself on mute while I finish this statement, rather than you answering it while I'm asking it? It just needs you.
You were looking for a response, no?
I was looking for it during that protracted silence you left earlier, then a load of white knights started answering for you because you didn't say a fucking word. So I'll just say it again, hopefully without you yammering through the top of it and then leaving another protracted silence. You understand that outer space is fake then, Nate? Because gas fills space.
I didn't talk about acknowledging that.
No,
I simply asked. You said that gas.
That's the only reason we're talking about this, Nate. It's the only reason this is on the table.
I asked my question, and you're completely shifting.
I see. So you're non-responsive. So you're now insisting that you ignore me and ask a new question. I don't want to talk to you anymore, Nate. I'm talking, Nate. Nate, I'm talking. I don't want to talk to you anymore, Nate, because you're an unreasonable prick. Yeah, it's only the question that you want to ask after the fact. The only reason we're talking about gas behaviour is because there's a claim there's a sky vacuum. A guy came with a picture of Earth in a sky vacuum, Nate. Therefore, we're talking about gases and how they behave. Now, you don't want to concede the actual point here. You want to leave protracted silences, interrupt me reiterating that point that you left a protracted silence after, and move on to something else. No, this is your last chance. Then I'm going to ask the server operators to kick your ass to the curb because you're an intolerable dickhead. Unless you acknowledge. So you understand outer space is fake, it violates a law of nature. Gas would have filled that space in line with entropic laws of nature, Nate. You understand that?
What I understand is that you said that gas should fill its container, but helium is floating
Not
up,
should.
so
Stop.
it's not really
Stop.
filling the house.
Stop.
That it's in.
Not should. Stop. Don't misinterpret what I said. Bullshitter. Should. No, it's a law of...
It does, okay.
Excuse me.
You said it does.
Excuse me. I interrupted you because you egregiously reinterpreted the fucking words I said to should. Now, I didn't say should, asshole wanker that I don't really like talking too much anymore because you're a cunt. Now, I'd rather not talk to cunts that misinterpret what I say and reinterpret them into different fucking words I didn't say. No, I didn't say it should, could, might.
Okay,
I didn't finish talking or take a breath either, Nate. What I did do was describe a law of nature 4 times to you, and you don't seem to want to concede it, because conceding it ultimately means that your entire worldview fails based on a law of nature. Now, you're telling me what you're not here to do. I couldn't give a shit. I'm telling you. Gas fills space. It's a law of nature.
I agree with that.
Yes, so space is fake, Nate.
What's interesting to me, though...
What's interesting is that lack of concession again. What's interesting is you not acknowledging it for the 5th time. So space, Nate, Nate, I don't want to hear what you find interesting. The point is space is fake. That area of black that picture of a globe was in, what we were discussing, the only reason this is on the table. I don't give a shit what you think is interesting. The only thing that's interesting is something you failed to concede 6 times. So, Nate, space is fake. Gas would be filling it. We'd be dead. We'd have no gas to breathe.
If you're going to give me loaded questions like that...
Not loaded. That wasn't a question. Stop.
We're going to argue.
Stop.
You were before saying that...
Asshole, stop. That was not a question. That was not a question.
Before, though.
Excuse me, dickhead that's interrupting me by rephrasing that statement of fact into a question. No, when I say gas fills space, does that sound like a question to a retard? Clearly, because you're a retard, Nate. No, when I say it's a law of nature, gas fills space, that's not me asking anything, you stupid little man. No, don't misinterpret. I'm still talking and telling you off. I'm still talking and telling you off, Nate. Right? Yeah, it's just like the last asshole with a mute button, isn't it? Same as the last asshole with a mute button. No, I'm telling you off, Nate. You rephrased a statement of fact about a law of nature. It couldn't get more emphatic in terms of statements of fact when I describe a law of nature. That's not a question, you stupid asshole. What you did was then rephrase and repackage my statement of fact that you seem to fail to concede 7 times about how fake space is based on that law of nature. That's not a question. That's a statement of fact. Excellent. That's where the appropriate protracted silence belongs. After my statement of fact about space being fake, it violating a law of nature, second law of thermodynamics, and describing gas dispersion. Yeah, there is no space. There is no pictures from space. There's no moon landings. There's no orbital motion. It's all bullshit because it all takes place in a sky vacuum, violating natural law.
The vacuum of space doesn't violate any natural laws.
Second law of thermodynamics, gas fills space. Entropic law, dispersion. Gas disperses into volumes. Sky vacuums claim to be a volume. Therefore, gas would disperse into it. It absolutely, when you claim there is a uncontained gas not dispersing, violates the natural law known as second law of thermodynamics. You're wrong.
Yeah, I understand your logical fallacies and misability to understand the laws of physics, but that doesn't mean that there's a contradiction there in reality.
Not a law of physics. Physics is a study of the physical and natural world. You do physics with scientific method. This is a law of nature, merely a description. Physics establishes causal effects. This is a description of that which occurs always. You, sir, having just told me that I don't understand physics, are in a category error. That makes you fundamentally fucking retarded. How dare you tell me what I don't understand when you've just
Well, hold on, Nathan,
tried
hold
to...
on, because I agree
Excuse
with
me.
the first part of that.
Don't tell me to hold anything, you stupid, pathetic prick. You've just told me that I don't understand physics,
okay.
you fuckwit. Shut him up.
Well, then
Wanker. Wanker. You haven't got a fucking clue about physics. You just put a fucking law of nature into a physics category. No. The study of the physical and natural world is elucidating cause and effect reasoning through systematic experimentation. That's physics. Natural law is merely describing stuff. So you, having just charged me with not understanding physics, haven't got the slightest fucking clue what physics are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be describing laws of nature as laws of physics.
Right.
Stupid spastic, are you interrupting me, wanker? Are you interrupting me because you're wrong, like the last dickhead spastic that was wrong? Yeah, you're just fucking wrong. You're in a category error. Laws of nature, son. Physics, you mean like science? No, descriptions of shit isn't science. It's just describing stuff. You fuckwit. You don't know what science and physics are. Spastic that felt the need to tell me I don't understand. No, that's why I'm raising my voice and taking a very sharp tone with you. Because you're a wanker. A wanker that, when shown how wrong he is religion in a globe, tells me I don't know what science is. No, that's just you being a prick, projecting your own ineptitude onto me, someone who absolutely understands the difference between physics and laws of nature. Something you clearly don't, you stupid dick. How dare you tell me I don't understand?
Okay, well, if you're done, then I will amend my...
No, you're done,
you
stupid spastic. You don't have a place at this table either. You don't know the difference between natural law and physics. You think you can suddenly demean me by saying, well, if you're done. No, spastic dick brain who doesn't know what physics is. You're done. Put yourself on mute. You've no longer got a place in this discussion, you stupid dick. Nate. Dickhead, go and learn what the difference between laws of... Dickhead, that means mute. I'm telling you, not asking you. Mute yourself or I'll have you muted, you stupid spastic. You don't know the difference.
But you're barking over other
spastic!
people. Spastic!
Hey, server moderators, he's decided to be belligerent in the face of a direct order from me. You see that, Nate? You stupid belligerent little blitch? You will be muted by the moderators when I tell you you're in a fucking category error and a spastic. That's not your invitation to talk through me, you ignorant little globe-believing twat. No, sir. No, when you tell me I don't understand what science is, that's you lashing out in your ignorance, you stupid spastic. You haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. But when you're shown how your religion's wrong, you're going to tell your opponent that he doesn't know what science is by using a category error, calling laws of nature laws of physics. What a spastic. You don't have a place to talk to me, Nate. You're a dumb fuck. Any other wankers want to tell me I don't know what science is? Tell me about laws of physics? Dickhead. Ignorant, globe-believing wankers. That's what we have to deal with. My opening question to this was, why do I have to deal with this kind of shite? Why does Alpha Veritas and Jedi have to deal with this kind of shite? Nate's been shown to be an ignorant prick, so what does he do? Starts chanting through me. Gotta stop swearing.
You love Fridays, don't you, Nathan? Coming here. You think it's awesome.
You say that, I'm thinking of finding somewhere else to go so I can be more useful. I'm not needed here. I'm a fifth wheel.
Am I
it's always a
allowed
pleasure.
to? Sorry.
Go on, carry on, mate. If you want to jump in, you're fine. Let's try and be
I was just
reasonable, though.
Yeah, I was just asking if I am allowed to participate in a discussion as a Glober if I'm polite and respectful.
Absolutely, yes, you are.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be demeaning before. What I was confused about is because, like, if there is a force acting on the gas, then or the fluid in general, then shouldn't it be able to be contained by said force and
That's
without
begging the
violating
question.
any laws of physics?
Begging the question.
What was that?
It's a begging the question fallacy.
Can you explain to me like how I'm begging the question?
You're assuming there's a force. If there's a force acting on it,
Oh, no.
won't the force be acting
No.
on it? Circular reasoning much? What force?
Okay, sorry, I hadn't gotten to the part of like talking about any force. I was just asking, like, in
You had.
general,
You had.
force.
You had. Don't be disingenuous. You literally asked us about if there's a force working on it. Why are you now
Yes.
I haven't finished talking. Why are you now double speaking and saying you weren't speaking about a force when literally that was the exact word you used?
I'm not saying I wasn't speaking about a force. I'm saying I was talking about
I don't
a
want to talk to you
general
anymore.
case.
You're becoming a twat really fast.
I'm really not trying to be.
You are. I'm not talking about roast
I
chickens.
apologize.
Well, you've just asked me what I want for dinner and offered me roast chicken. I didn't mention roast chicken. I'm not talking about roast chickens. Anyway, so do you want roast chicken? Whoa, you just told me you weren't talking about roast chickens. I don't want to be perceived to be talking about... Wanker. You specifically brought up forces that nobody mentioned other than you, and when I point out it's circular reasoning, aka begging the question, you're like, well, I don't want to be talking about forces or suggesting forces. You did. Now I'm asking you why you're a wanker. And you're saying, oh, I don't mean to be a wanker. Well, stop being a wanker.
Okay, I'm really, really not trying to be. I am talking about forces. I just was talking about general forces. I was asking a general question. I wasn't specifically talking about the Earth and the atmosphere or anything like that.
Oh, we are.
If we want to talk
well,
about
then you're in the wrong
specific examples,
place. Then you're in the wrong place. We are talking about those things.
The conversation will naturally lead there. I was just getting to that part. I was starting with a general question so that we could build up a foundation of agreement.
Do you know where you are?
Yes.
Where are we?
We are on the 24/7 flat Earth server.
We're not in
on the
general
Politics Discord
questions discussion then. It's not general question debate. It's flat Earth debate then. So nature of the world,
Yes,
nature of
correct.
the space, that the sky is not a vacuum, nature of Earth being measured. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, then if I may be allowed to bridge what I asked into the flat Earth discussion.
Well, I
the
tried to.
reason
I
was asked-
tried to. I asked you what force, and then you started telling me you weren't talking about a force. Wanker. I asked you what fucking force.
Okay, let me just bridge
Shut
it.
up!
Let me bridge it. I'll
Shut
bridge it
the
together.
fuck up, you stupid dickhead. I'm still fucking talking. I asked you what
Okay,
fucking
sorry.
force. Oh my God. If you're respectful. So far, you've brought up a force and immediately denied it, and then this is the third time you're talking through me while I get irritated with a wanker. Yet you've brought up a force, denied that you want to talk about a force, says it's a bridge into a force that you're going to be talking about if you're allowed. What force?
Well, we could talk about the intramolecular forces of attraction in like fluids like water droplets, or we could talk about gravity for the atmosphere of the Earth.
Why would we talk about the intermolecular bonds in water when it's not gas? When we're specifically talking about gas, which has no intermolecular bonds, it's unfucking bonded.
Because the principle shows that forces are sufficient to hold together.
I'll ask again. He's ignored me. I'll ask him again. This wanker's ignored me. So the unbonded gases, should we talk about the intermolecular bonds that don't exist? Because they're not existent in gases. Second time, you fucking retard.
Molecular bonds.
Is there a white knight needed?
No, I'm perfectly capable of answering the question myself. No.
So I'll ask it again.
gases, the
I'll ask it
intermolecular
again then.
bonds-
There was an interruption, so I'll reiterate my question. Hopefully you'll be respectful, given there's been a bit of a segue in between it. We're not talking about things with intermolecular bonds, so we're talking about gases and its dispersion, aren't we?
We're talking about intermolecular
So
forces.
it's not an intermolecular force that we'll be talking about. Let's just draw a line under it, because you seem to want to yammer on about it, even though I've absolutely smashed it in the face immediately. We're not talking about forces of intermolecular bonding. Gases are unbonded. Okay?
Yeah. I never brought up any
So
bonds.
which
Okay,
force,
other people-
shit for Brett? So not intermolecular bond forces.
So other people brought up
Okay,
bonds.
I'm still talking to a wanker.
Okay.
Okay, wanker. So you've brought up forces, and we're not talking about intermolecular forces, even though you specifically detailed them and brought them up, because they're not applicable, because we're talking about gas. So you're a stupid shithead bringing up shit that isn't relevant to segue into stuff about gravity. Okay, mate, we're not talking about intermolecular bonds. Okay? You're just stupid. You don't seem to understand
We're
that.
not talking about intermolecular bonds. I never brought them up. I brought up intermolecular forces, which are not the same thing.
Excuse me.
Gases,
The time to talk
experience-
isn't in the middle of my conclusion, sir. This is not you being respectful. This is not you being respectful, sir. This is you yammering through me before I finished my conclusion about how stupid you are. Now, while it might be painful to hear how stupid you are, bringing up a non sequitur of intermolecular bonding when we're talking about gases that are unbonded, you might not like being called stupid when you're trying to explain why you would bring up the forces you say you're not bringing up. Because intermolecular bonding forces aren't relevant, making you a fucking retard who's getting on my last fucking nerve. Now, I'm going to ask again for the fourth fucking time, and if you don't answer me, you'll be removed. What fucking force, spastic?
The intramolecular force of gravity.
They're not bonded! You fucking retard.
I agree,
Mute
they're
this
not
stupid
bonded.
dick.
not
Gases
talking about
are
bonds, we're talking
unbonded,
about
you
forces.
fucking retard.
They're different
You
things.
stupid fuckwit who can't shut up. I've told him 3 fucking times, haven't I? There is no
I'm
bonds!
edging right now.
You stupid
I'm edging.
spastic!
I'm edging right now.
Can you just mute this other white knight cuck that feels
Yeah,
the
I'm
need to
edging right
interrupt my
now.
fucking victory over a spastic?
Yo, what's
I
up,
don't
guys?
need your
I'm
white
edging.
knighting when I win. Yeah, I've won.
I'm on the
This
edge of
twat
orgasm
brain
right now.
tried
I've been
to...
for 2 hours.
What's going on? Moderators, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, white knight asshole. Why isn't the moderating team shutting him this guy up?
I was trying to find him, Nathan. Sorry, I had 2 at once, and I was trying to find which one it was.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry to get so stroppy with the mod team. Assholes want to obfuscate this win. Yeah, he needs to find a segue into gravity. So what's he picked? Intermolecular bonds, of which there are none in gases. Wanker. And what happens when he's caught out with his non-forces that he didn't bring up and didn't want to talk about? Well, intermolecular forces that aren't applicable in gases. Okay, shit stain. Piss off.
Nathan, if I might, intermolecular forces are not the same thing as bonds. I was not talking about bonds.
You
Am
have
I
to ask
being
a
heard
fifth
right now?
time which force you're talking about. Which force that's applicable to gas dispersion? Fifth time.
Gravity.
Gravity is not a force. End quote. Professor Brian Cox. You stupid
Sure,
shit
yeah,
for
it's a
brains.
pseudo force.
Excuse me. I'm contradicting your stupid fucktardery with a quote from
I'm
Brian
agreeing with you.
Cox. You stupid twat. I'll say it again because this wanker has decided to interrupt Brian Cox's quote. Gravity is not a force. Do you understand, you stupid shithead?
Yes, I was agreeing
So
with you
sit
earlier.
down
That
and
is a
shut the
pseudo force.
fuck up, you disingenuous scumbag cunt liar. No, we're not talking about gravity. It's not a force. It won't be affecting gases. It's not a force, as you just admitted. So why the fuck would you bring it up? Forces, that is. You haven't got one to ascribe to gas dispersion. There isn't one that's applicable in this instance, and gravity is not a force. Okay?
Well,
Stuttering
You-
bitch.
you see-
Shut up. That's you being done and being told to shut up. No, you don't have a segue into gravity. Even if you did, it's not a force. So we've dispensed with your stupid shit. You can sit down now.
I do have a response if you permit me.
Sorry, gravity is not a force. You just said it was a force. The force of gravity, you said, end quote you. Shithead, you're wrong. It's not a force. George Musa, editor of Scientific American. Gravity is not a force. So, shithead, do you think I give a flying fuck if you've got a rebuttal? Go tell Cox! Go tell Musa, you stupid twat! Couldn't give a fuck if you've got a rebuttal. You're wrong!
Well, I do have a rebuttal that proves I'm not wrong.
Don't
if
give
you
a
will
fuck.
Hear me out.
You're not... What, not wrong when you say gravity is a force, the force of gravity? Professor Brian Cox and George Musa disagree with you, stupid twat.
They agree with me.
No, they fucking do not.
They're not flat earthers, Nathan.
Let me give you a different Brian Cox quote. There isn't really a force of gravity at all. End quote, Professor Brian Cox. At all. There isn't a force of gravity at all. End quote, Cox. You can go get a fuck that you've got thoughts of a rebuttal in your head, you stupid twat.
Debunk what you just said.
No, you fucking haven't. It's not
if
a force.
Excuse me.
I've got to ask the mods to step in again. I'm just proving him wrong with quotes from professors of his own fucking religion. But he's right, they're wrong. No, twat. You're wrong when you say the force of gravity, because it's not a force, end quote, George Musa, because it's never going to be a force. There isn't really a force of gravity at all, end quote, Brian Cox. So I don't give a shit if you think you've got a rebuttal. You were just fucking wrong.
It's a pseudo-force measurable in newtons.
You were just wrong, shithead. So did you just claim mute button? Is that what I just heard? Mute button. No, dickhead. I heard gravity is a force from you. It isn't. That makes you wrong. Now, if you think you've got the right to yammer through me pointing out that fact over and over and over again with you saying, I've got a rebuttal. Cox agrees with me when he says there isn't really a force of gravity at all, because the force of gravity's right. No, there isn't a force of gravity at all. Gravity is not a force. These are quotes from people that are much higher up in your rhetoric. They're from the priesthood of your scientism rhetoric.
Other pseudo forces like centripetal or centrifugal forces are measurable in newtons. So you can measure these forces in newtons, even though there's...
I see. That's fascinating. How does centrifugal force affect gas?
I'm giving an example of how a pseudo force can be measured in newtons.
Sorry, how does this pseudo force affect the gas we're debating? Second time.
Because these gas molecules can still experience the newtons of the pseudo force of gravity.
Sorry, there is no force of gravity. I'm done talking to him.
I said pseudo force.
I don't talk to him anymore. Pseudo force means sham, not real.
No, Brian Cox would agree with me that gravity is a pseudo force.
He's just ignoring me. Every time I take his head off, he ignores me and chants through me.
Pseudo force.
Excuse me. Pseudo means fake, not real, sham. I've responded to you. You've ignored me. So I don't want to talk to you anymore. I take your head off and you make out like nothing's happened. Pseudo
because you
means...
you couldn't respond to my response right just
I'm
now.
reiterating the point he's chanting through, and he just carries on chanting. Did he not start this conversation by saying he'd be respectful? Is being respectful chanting through your defeat? No, pseudo means sham. It's the third time I've tried to say it with a chanting zealot chanting through me. No, mate.
Do you know
sham
what an entomological fallacy
Oh, my God. Just fuck this guy off. I'm done. Wanker. You can't have a civil conversation with me. You're chanting through me. When I try and point out that your sham force, that's pseudo force, your fake force, that's pseudo force, it's not a force. It's not going to affect Jack. But what, chanting through me is going to gain you the victory? Maybe being, put on mute because you can't shut the fuck up when you're wrong. Yeah, that's just you not being able to shut the fuck up when you're wrong. You're wrong, dickhead. It's not a force. Calling it a pseudo force isn't going to make it affect gas. And saying, the newtons can affect it. Really? No, mate. It's gas. It disperses into volume, in line with entropic law. The description of how gas disperses is the second law of thermodynamics. Gravity is not a force. The newtons aren't going to help you when they're not described as being a force. It's a pseudo-Riemannian bent space-time geometry. It's not a force. It's not affecting gas. You're just wrong.
And yet it has been measured in newtons experimentally.
Category error. Experiments, yeah? They're not measurements. If you're saying you've measured something, then it's not experimental. If you're talking about measuring the difference in a causal effect influenced by you, a researcher, that's an experiment. If you're talking about measuring something, yeah, a force, then you're 110 years out of date. Experimentally measuring the Newtonian force of gravity. Now, it's superseded 110 years ago by Einsteinian, pseudo-Riemannian, bent space-time. So no, you can't measure this non-force of down, which you can't have on a globe.
Would you like me to link to you the study where, by the way, every single experiment involves measurements, Nathan? And I didn't say Newtonian gravity. I said measured gravity in newtons, which is a unit of force.
Okay, so you're saying gas is affected by the force of gravity stopping it filling space. So you're saying gravity is the reason gas defies the second law of thermodynamics, correct?
I didn't say any of that, Nathan.
The subject on the discussion table is the gas dispersing into the volume of space. You're saying that wouldn't happen because it's affected by a force. We've then had centrifugal forces, we've had intermolecular bonds, and what we've got now is a non-force that was superseded 110 years ago by gravity that will, according to you, affect the gas to stop it dispersing into the sky vacuum. Now that I've summarised it, he's interrupted it, because he's very reasonable, by saying no in the middle of my summary. Yeah, absolutely. The discussion is gas and its dispersion in line with entropic law. You're saying no, there's a force affecting it. What force? A non-force. A force that isn't really a force at all of gravity. And then when I point that out, you say it's a pseudo force. So the sham force holds gas around a sphere Earth in a vacuum. But you say, no, we're not debating that. We're just debating Newton's. No, we are debating the violation of the second law of thermodynamics in the form of a sky vacuum with gas not filling it. You say gravity, which is not a force, will stop that happening. No, it won't. If that was the case, we wouldn't have a law of nature.
Sorry.
Is it just me? Just you're an asshole, aren't you? Yeah, prick.
I thought you were done.
You're losing, prick. Doesn't mean you keep needing to interrupt me when you lose. You're losing. Yeah, the reason you're telling me there's a force of gravity holding gas here is because it seemingly in your mind overcomes our debunking of your assertion there's a sky vacuum. It doesn't, because it's not a force. The Newtons aren't going to hold gas here.
So the reason why I said no was to demarcate the point where I started disagreeing with what you're saying, because when you first started talking, I agreed with the way you were summarizing my position, and then it started to feel like a straw man, so I said no, just to demarcate that. And I wasn't trying to interrupt. It's just your speaking pattern. Sometimes you pause, and I think you're done, and then I start talking, so maybe I won't be so trigger happy to jump in. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. That was completely non-responsive. So gas fills space, outer space, the sky vacuum is fake. It violates a law of nature, the second law of thermodynamics. If gas didn't disperse because of a non-force of gravity that was superseded 110 years ago, then we wouldn't have this description of that which occurs always. It's only a law of nature because it describes that which occurs always. You're detailing a non-force and then relabeling it as a sham force, pseudo-force. You also tried to infer that somehow centrifugal force has got something to do with gas not dispersing into a vacuum. You also inferred that intermolecular bond forces have got something to do with gases not dispersing into a vacuum. Gases disperse into vacuums. Space is fake.
So if I can clarify, I never ever mentioned bonds. I said intermolecular forces, which are absolutely not equivalent in any way, shape, or form to bonds. I just would like to clarify that point. Intermolecular forces are just forces of attraction between molecules. Gravity is one example, electromagnetism is another, and I was just trying to bring up the general principle when we started up talking to just see if I could get agreement that intermolecular forces in general could maintain a gas pressure like in a vacuum. A force could bring those molecules together. That's all I was trying to do, was just try to start the discussion with some point of agreement is all.
Gotcha. No, that's a violation of the second law of thermodynamics. Gas fills space.
So like you
It's
disagree
also
with
appeal
even
to-
like intermolecular forces of attraction if like those gas molecules were charged like with a plasma, like in a penning trap where magnetic force is used to like hold this plasma fluid, which is just an ionized gas, together, and it maintains a pressure in a vacuum without a container.
Sorry, without a container? You're lying.
Yes, a penning trap.
You're lying.
Do you know what a penning trap is?
Sounds like a container.
It's not. It's not. It uses a magnetic force.
Were you just stuttering? Was that a stutter? So go through this example of gas pressure without containment, and the moment you describe the process and its containment, I'll insult you with the most the most vile things I can muster. So you detail this process. I haven't finished. You detail this process, and when you get to the container that's required, I'll stop you and call you a fuckwit. Okay? On you go.
Okay. So I will just start with the actual container for the device because
so there's immediately a container then, shit for brains. Yo, fuckwit.
Just let me...
Yo, fuckwit. Yo, fuckwit. No, I'm not just going to... No, sir, when you say there's no container, and then the first words
Nathan,
out of your breath about how you're going to detail the container... Yeah, it definitely requires a container. Gas pressure requires containment to form pressure. If the sky was a vacuum, there'd be no containment for the gas to press on. It would fill it. The gas would fill the space. Now, this twat has just said, no, you don't need containment. Plasma forces. But his example has a container in it, doesn't it? Shit for brains, fuckwit, retard, dumbass.
Inside is a vacuum.
Sorry, inside the containment of the vacuum, that container
is a vacuum.
So you've got a container then, you stupid fucking retard. Yo, fucking retard. You don't need to talk through me, you fucking retard. Yo, fucking retard. You're getting muted by a server operator because you just lost and couldn't shut up after you lost. You said you'd be respectful, but you weren't. You got your ass handed to you after you told me that there was a container involved. We already fucking know, you stupid retard. But you felt that being respectful was chanting through me pointing out that there's absolutely a container in your example, unlike your fundamentalist zealot religious belief that the sky is a vacuum without containment. Now, you're going to require containment to form gas pressure. If the sky was a vacuum, then in line with entropic law, the gas would fill that area of volume. It's a space the gas could fill. And all examples that fundamentalist religious zealots like this dickhead offer will also require a container. They'll lie and say, no container needed. Now look at my giant vacuum container. Wanker. Space is fake, shithead.
I think they want to talk about angles.
Well, they do until we point out that they're with respect to the surface of Earth, like the horizontal plane that you're measuring for elevation angles. They'll deny that the elevation angles have got anything to do with the surface. That's what we had in the pre-show.
Oh, yeah. Elevation has nothing to do with the surface.
Yeah, that's my reaction as well.
It is referring to above sea level, isn't it, though? It needs a level reference of plane to get the elevation, don't we? A horizontal plane of reference, sea level, not sea curved.
Yeah, you couldn't be sea curved or it wouldn't be forming an angle, would it?
Exactly.
Well, you could use your eye curve. I mean, eye level. It's not curved. Level doesn't curve. Duh.
Just for the Discord server, in case you're not following along, what John's pointing out is that your Earth curve mathematics also measures Earth flat. And we're just kind of wondering if any of the globe believers in this server were aware that Earth curve mathematics utilizes measurements of Earth as a flat plane to assert Earth curve. Did any of you guys know that? Obviously not. Earth's measured flat for Earth curve inference. The calculations of Earth curve that only exist in Earth curve maths are based on measurements of a flat Earth. They're right there in the Earth curve maths, surface level and parallel eye level.
Even the two, their supposed globe arguments and proofs from thousands of years ago involving, the Greeks and Albert Rooney, they're also flat Earth elevation angle measurements. Nothing to do with measuring curvature whatsoever.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, it's not like Aristotle measured the angle of a shadow with respect to the surface of Earth.
That's exactly what he did.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's an elevation angle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oops.
he measured Earth flat. And likewise, the guys down in Antarctica, down being the antipodal assumption they make for a ball belief, actually south, they also measured Earth flat. They took the elevation angle measurements of the sun as it went around them for 24 hours on a flat plane.
Oh,
No, they didn't. They affirmed the consequent.
I got a poem about that,
No, they
Nathan.
didn't, Neil. They didn't affirm the consequent. We kept pointing out that they would have to affirm the consequent. They never actually did. They said the globe... They didn't say anything about the globe. They said the flat Earth model fails. And then they offered actual globe Earth proof in the form of flat Earth elevation angle measurements of the shadows. So they measured Earth flat.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jaron and the rest of them. They went there. I don't care what you say. They went there affirming the consequent.
I'm sure they did, Neil. That's fine. But when they were going there, they probably used a compass, right? North, south, east, and west. Do you know that you have to level a compass with respect to a horizontal plane?
Yeah, it's a flat instrument. Yes, it's flat. Jaron can't even hold the compass the right way round.
I heard one deck say he's got a poem.
Yeah, it was just to do with what you've been saying, you know, McLooney Tune measuring angles like his Greek pal did 2,000 years ago. And here we are again with them going somewhere, measuring elevation angles, trying to prove to live on a globe. So I wrote a few words, short poem. It's called Eratosthenes Returns, #Looney Tune. Mectosthenes, what have you done? 2,000 years later, measuring angles to the sun. Mectosthenes, the earth is measured flat. Mectosthenes, the Greeks all knew that. And your sundial #experiment has just double proved that. Vertical and horizontal, nothing to do with curves. You've just shown us the angle measurements using the surface of Earth. Mectosthenes, when you gonna learn?
Oh,
very good. I want to know when the mainstream will catch up with TFE and start pumping it out. I assume they're like us and they want to see the dust settle before they start picking out bits of it to put onto their channels. But very few people have actually picked up on it. Hardly any mainstream coverage. I thought it would just keep flowing in. And we had Cox cover it in the Mail. I think no, not the Mail, the Times. And then it was the New York Times and the Mail in England. And that was it. Very little articles and very little else. I thought there'd be tons of it.
They got to release the documentary. It's going to get worse. You'll see.
Well, they might, but I don't think they would want to. They want it to stay in the fringes of this subculture that we're part of. I don't think they want it to the main people.
No,
You don't think so?
Duffy wants that out there.
Well, I'm sure Duffy does, but I would have expected the order of things to be a few big name YouTubers like pick it up and go with it. I think one did, Some Ordinary Gamers, who's got maybe 1 million subscribers or more. But then I thought, your PewDiePies and whoever else would be shortly behind, right? But they haven't. After that, mainstream news would be covering it. That's what I thought would be the order of things. But it's just faded into nothing.
Well, what happened with the Netflix? Is that how it went down? The mainstream grabbed it right away? Because I don't remember.
I don't know. If there's going to be a Netflix documentary, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? Maybe there will be.
No, I'm asking about the one that Bob Nodell and them were on. Was that picked up right away by mainstream?
Well, it's just a production company that's produced it and then sold it. So they sold it to Netflix. Behind the Curve you're talking about.
That's correct. So don't worry. The business partners are still together. They'll hash it out and they'll sell it to somebody.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Jaron is the one I heard say that the horizon was your eye level.
Again, John? The horizon what?
I'd have to go back and watch that documentary again, but I'm pretty sure Jaron claimed that the horizon rises to your eye level, right? Instead of at your eye level. You know, like it's really dangerous ground to be on because you do have a dip correction from eye level to the horizon, depending upon your altitude. You know, and it
Sure.
does appear to rise as you go up, but that you know what I mean. Like you're working with apparent, not actual things. So it's the language can get iffy.
Sure. It appears to rise to eye level, when in reality the horizon itself is formed with the surface that you're above, so it can only be below you. Therefore, the higher you go, the more it drops with respect to the fact that it's below you. Makes perfect sense when you actually
Prove it.
understand how the horizon's formed. Go ahead, whoever that was.
Yeah, prove it. Prove it.
Yo, go
Prove
ahead,
it.
Eli. What the hell,
Prove it.
man? Order.
Eli, you're supposed to be on off mute. Go
Oh,
ahead.
well, I don't think that the mainstream would pick it up, or PewDiePie, or all these people would pick it up. The larger portion of us were all ignorant.
My name's Nathan Oakley, and I steal Patreons from people with my mental illness.
Sorry, somebody was seeking globe cope by attacking me, the man, from the Discord server. Eli, I'm so sorry.
Look in the chat. Look in the chat.
2016 was a different. Oh, please.
Go on, the airwaves are clear.
Do I
Eli.
have to come in there?
Go. What have you got to say?
It is now. Okay. It's a different time. They can't.
Did someone say heat rises? Did someone say heat rises?
Is that the same guy?
Well, Eli, he's picking a fight with you, Eli.
Might get that hand.
That's what they want. They want you to get irritated.
Yeah. Why are you guys irritated?
Yeah, no one
Because
knew
you're
that.
irritating.
Just Nathan Oakley steals people's money with his fake beliefs.
Man,
Man, there's
I waited for you to finish. No one's supposed to be doing indoors. Come in there and do it myself.
well, I'm trying to
You tell
catch
him,
them all
Eli.
out, but I got 3 different people at once, and there's about 50 people in the room, so I'm scrolling and getting them. I've got 2. There's 1 more.
Drew.
Yeah,
was the one who
Eli.
jumped in.
Right, let's let Eli get to the end of his bleeding point, and then AJ can take control of whoever he wants to really introduce to the conversation. Go ahead, Eli. 3rd time's a charm.
There'd have been 0 people running out of the 16. Wouldn't right for the picking for Netflix or the news, anyone to pick up. They don't do the dumb shit they used to do before because they have people like us. The people are too aware. They have to change their tactics. That's why it wasn't going to be big. It was going to be based on how we responded. We have responded. It was a nothing burger. They can't do anything with that. I think they know that. That's it.
Okay.
I beg to differ. You'll see.
Okay. We'll see, I guess. Right. There's lots of people in need of pain relief, it seems, AJ. Is it AJ that was talking a second ago?
Yeah. We've got Drew. We've got Fitzits. Let's go Fitzits, because Drew's... Fitzits, you're up, buddy.
Can I come back on as well after to talk about measurements?
Shit sits.
Oh, sorry, I'm unmuted. Thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your question? What did you have to say?
I don't have a question. I just find you entertaining.
Find what?
Thank you. I said I just find you entertaining. Thank you. I also really respect what you do.
No, this is the guy who just said you stole Patreons or something like that.
No, that was Drew. Drew said he stole Patreons.
I don't know if you
I
know
said that
how
he's
Patreon works.
monetizing them.
Okay,
And
fine.
Yeah, you can't
said,
steal Patreons.
hang on, and
You can't steal
Fitzit
Patreons,
said,
no.
also likes to milk those, even more mentally unwell, which is
Yeah.
genius. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. Like a
Yeah, I
cow.
said that. Yeah, like a lol cow, actually. Milked for content.
I think it's just flattering that all you guys come in here and just prove flat Earth. That's all you do is you only prove the Earth is flat, and it's so flattering to us.
I
Thank
don't
you,
care if he has
Lovers.
flat or not.
Thank
It
you.
doesn't make a difference to me.
I just want to say
It's
thank
something I
you.
really think about.
You've
very
only,
funny
yeah, I know. That's all you can think about is proving flat Earth. Sad.
Flattering. Nice pun.
Yes, it's very flattering to me and the rest of people in this room.
Hold on, let me check one thing quickly.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't make a
Yeah,
difference
'cause
for you, but you are here.
Lovely little command.
It
Yeah, so
doesn't
this
make
guy
a
has
difference
nothing
for
to
you.
say. He has
Did you
nothing.
say it doesn't make a difference for you?
Well, whether the Earth's flat or not, why would that make a difference to me?
But you are here. You are not in cinema.
I'm not in cinema. Sorry, what do you mean?
It don't matter to
I
me
mean,
either.
you are not watching movie. You are here on 24/7 Flat Earth Politics server, and you are
Oh yeah,
saying,
no, this is cinema though. This is content.
yeah, and you are saying I don't care about this topic, but I'm here.
Yeah, I find the people that do care really entertaining.
That means you are going to the places what you don't like. You always go to that place. For example, if I don't like cinema and I don't like movies, I every day go to watch movies. That's my logic. It's like yours.
I don't mind cinema. I don't mind cinema at all. I don't mind flat Earth.
Yeah, that means you yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
this pair of clown shoes can't even
Fitz,
touch the logic, so there's no need
if
to
you've
talk.
got nothing that you'd like to contribute, just mute up your microphone for us, yeah?
Yeah, I had nothing. Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
It's all right. But no, that's fine. Like I don't really care what the nature of the surface is,
I
but I
do.
do know. Well, hold on. But I do know what the nature is of the surface. I can prove it. Everyone measures it that way. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Why I don't see why somebody would be triggered so badly by it.
It's because there's a distinction that's now been drawn that TFE has elucidated for us, which is that there's the cultists of flat Earth who believe in things like domes, ice walls, azimuthal equidistant projections, and they're all nutters, and people are amused by them. Now, on the other side of that coin, you've got us, where we talk about how Earth is measured flat, and we are very triggering to those who come to be amused by cultists who believe Earth's flat. So we're a bit of a shock to some people, which is why you're being asked.
And it's navigated flat. I mean, they navigated. Sorry, mate. Go on.
I was saying our next troll, Drew, wanted to pipe up and jump in. Maybe he's got something to add.
The Patreons guy.
I don't know if that was Drew.
No, he's always the space. We can move possibly back to Grayson. Or yeah. Grayson Hawk, you got sunshine.
I've got some substantive measurements of Earth curve.
Okay. You'll be measuring Earth flat for him. I absolutely guarantee you.
Okay, so do we want to touch on any of the gravity gas container stuff that we were talking about before, or should we just move on to the Earth curve? Because you said, looking up at the sky doesn't really change anything for you anyway.
That a quote? Was that a quote?
Straight to the sky.
Was that a quote?
Oh, no. Sorry, it was a paraphrase.
What were you paraphrasing? Can you quote what I actually said then, please?
I couldn't give you an exact quote, but you said something along the lines of that the lights in the sky are
No,
observations
stop.
of
I've already
the
stopped you
sky
doing
are
this
not-
once. Stop. No, don't just make shit up that I haven't said and say you're paraphrasing. And then when I say, well, what's the exact quote you're paraphrasing? You don't know. And you're just going to make up more shit I haven't said?
Do we want to get to measurements of Earth curve?
Could you paraphrase what I actually said to you? Rather than you making up shit that I didn't say, paraphrase some of the things I did. Go.
Well, this wasn't what you had said to me earlier that I was talking about.
Oh,
It
so
was
you just weren't
after
listening to anything I
you were
said
talking
to
the
you.
other
So
guy.
you can't. Is that a no, you can't?
No, I mean, I'm happy to do so if you want me to talk about.
Yeah, ideally, yes.
quote
You just
from you
made up
about
shit
what
I didn't
we were
say.
talking about.
Yeah, you're objectionable. You're a prick. You're objectionable because you just made up shit I didn't say. And I'm saying, yeah, rather than doing that, because you've already done that egregious shitty thing that you made up shit I didn't say, and when I ask you to actually give me the thing I did say that led you to paraphrase shit that you made up about what I'd said, and I hadn't, I'd rather you just did now, after making shit up I haven't said, repeat something I have. And it seems you can't.
Okay. No, calm your tits. You'd said that there's no
Get rid of this guy. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Get rid of him. Don't want to talk to him. Don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to someone who tells me to calm my tits. Fuck off. You globe-believing
Calm your
dickhead.
breasts. I'm sorry.
Get rid of him. I don't want to talk to him. He's just told me to calm my tits while he talks through me. Prick. You're a disingenuous prick who make shit up about your opponent's words. And I don't like you. That's why I don't like you. You're a prick. You're someone who, if we're in each other's company, I'd make it really clear that I'm getting quite aggressive with you and what might happen to you as a result of your disingenuous lies and scumbaggery about things I haven't said. Now, when it comes to things I have said, you haven't got a fucking clue. You don't know because you haven't listened to anything I've said to you. I already know that. Another reason I don't want to communicate with you. Because when asked, can you paraphrase something I actually did say to you back? No, you can't.
Yet I heard it about 15 times loud and clear. The sky is not a vacuum.
Yeah. I heard
Thing is,
your
guys-
shitty arguments and can paraphrase your shit back to you. Yeah? About intermolecular forces? Yeah? About centrifugal forces? About gravity that's not a force? I listened to you. Yeah? Now I'm paraphrasing. That means generally what you said, but not exact quotes. What you said. You can't do that. You didn't listen to a single word I said to you.
May I make a plea on his behalf that we move on to the Earth curve measurements, since that would be relevant to the conversation.
Fair enough.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. So I was going to bring up LIGO. You've probably heard of it, but it has to be perfectly straight in order to operate. The laser has to be straight. I've been inside the control room myself on a tour. It has to be straight for the laser to shine through. It shines through a vacuum, so there's no bending, there's no refraction, no anything. But the level changes over the 4 kilometers of the straight arm. The level changes in such a way that you can back calculate the radius of the Earth because it's perfectly straight, not level.
And how do you measure that?
You measure the level of the actual concrete arm that's 4 kilometers long. It's like a laser interferometer. It's like a laser beam that's 4 kilometers long. It has to be perfectly straight for the laser to shine through the vacuum.
Gotcha. That's not what he's asking. Stop a sec. Just chill. We heard the first time. We heard the first time. What he's asking is,
okay,
when you say it deviates, what's it deviating from?
Deviating from level.
So level is deviating from level.
You cannot hear yourself.
Do you hear yourself? We're just going to summarise without hopefully a fundamentalist zealot chanting through the summary of you saying level's not level. Because it's deviating from level. So I haven't finished summarising you stupid shit and you're already opening your mic talking through me like a complete wanker. Yet you stupid idiot. You're describing a deviation from level and saying it can't be level because it deviated from level. That's stupid.
So the only part
okay, then. So we're just going to move on.
That is level.
Is this moving on from your stupidity then? Just going to move on, not acknowledging it. Small pause, then move on.
Clarify.
There's no clarity needed, you stupid idiot.
We're talking about curves, not level.
No, he's saying that the level of LIGO deviates. And how does he know? Well, because it deviates from a reference that is level while he interrupts that devastating idiocy being repeated again. He interrupted this reasonable man
that's not what I was saying.
That asked if he could be reasonable and tolerant with us. How does he know how much it deviates? What's it referencing? Well, it's referencing how much it deviates from level. Okay. Idiot.
Brilliant.
The only part of the 4 kilometer arm that measures level is in the very middle. It deviates to the right and to the left. It changes throughout the 4 kilometers.
Yeah, it deviates from level. You know it's not level because it deviated from level that you referenced how level it isn't when it deviated from the level. You're a shithead idiot. You're stupid. You're just stupid.
The center of
Shut up. We're done talking to you. What you're saying is idiotic, stupid, moronic, contradictory, and violates its own principle of level to describe the deviation from when you say Earth isn't level because LIGO deviated from level. I know because I had a level reference to show how much it deviated from. That's idiotic.
It's a documented fact. The middle of it is at 2 kilometers is level, but none of the rest of it is.
Yeah, you know how level it isn't because it deviated from the level reference that you've got to describe it deviating from level. Therefore, it's not level. You're an idiot. Third time.
Level is just perpendicular to the force of gravity.
perpendicular to horizontal.
That's all it is.
No, there is no force of gravity. We covered this with you earlier, and all you're going to do now is chant through us, reiterating something we've already objected to. So while I'm saying this, I've had to close my Discord line because I just don't want to raise my voice and get a sore throat while this wanker reasserts something we've already covered. There is no force of gravity to be perpendicular to. That's not what perpendicular is. 90 degrees to horizontal. But this wanker will chant through that devastates his nonsense waffle about forces of gravity being perpendicular to, when we've already taken apart a force of gravity. That will result in him chanting through me unless I'm stunned about it. You know, that's what I've got to contend with. This guy's an asshole. And he's just contradicted himself. He knows LIGO isn't level because it deviated from level. That's just so stupid, it's untrue.
You can directly measure it not being level, except for at the very center at 2 kilometers in the arm is level. And then you can directly measure the rest of it yourself. It's perfectly straight, but not level. That's a direct, documented fact. If you don't like it, then you can stick your head in the sand and pretend it doesn't exist.
We got it. We heard. Thanks. We heard your contradiction in terms 3 times now. Can you shut up now? We're done. Thanks. We heard.
It debunks flat Earth.
Sorry, shithead. Oh my God. This is why we mute you wankers. So you think that after losing badly and contradicting yourself, you can spew out that it debunks flat Earth? What a wanker. What a wanker. I've been made to look really stupid by saying level deviates from level. That disproves flat Earth. He'll spew through the top of his embarrassing defeat. That's just unreasonable behaviour. No, it doesn't debunk flat Earth. What? Because level deviates from level? No, you'll need level. Idiot. Doesn't debunk anything. It's just a contradiction in terms spewed by a moron.
Shouldn't even be using the word level.
But 2 kilometers, it's like a 1.22 miles. Maybe he's only using the for saying there is a curve, you know.
No, he's talking about level. He's not mentioned anything to do with curvature.
I know. He need to say that it's dropping away from that level.
So we'll need to measure a reference. So we'll need a reference then, won't we? Yeah, so we need a reference for that. We'll need a flat Earth to describe this deviation from the level.
Well, guys, it's perfectly straight, but it's curving.
He says the machine, the arm of the machine changes, not the surface.
But he started off saying the lasers had to be perfectly level, but then they curve away from level.
Exactly. Are there any flat surfaces or level surfaces on a sphere, Nathan?
No. That's stupid.
End the story.
But level isn't level, Neil. We know how level it isn't because we can show how it deviates from level. Therefore, it isn't level.
I got a question. Is the machine using mathematics or equations?
I don't
A
know.
machine? No, it's just a straight concrete tube.
Who cares? You're going to need a horizontal plane of reference. That would be level for it to deviate from. To describe the description you're appealing to, you need level in the first instance to have it deviating from. But you're trying to violate level in your description so that the level the laser must be isn't really level. And you know how level it isn't because you can show how it deviated from the level. That's a lot of levels that you need. You need a flat Earth for this. For God's sake.
Nathan, you and everybody listening can go there yourself. They're open to the public on Saturdays. Measure it yourself. You can see it's a perfectly straight concrete line. And if you measure the level, it's going to change.
Welcome to Flat Earth. Thank you very much. Yeah, if we measure the level, we're going to need a horizontal plane of reference to describe the deviation from it, aren't we?
Yeah, only the...
Yeah! See how quickly we heard the little yep? Really quick, that acknowledgement. Yeah, we're going to need a flat Earth for this, dickhead. We're done with you. Stop
No, you aren't.
babbling through the conclusion.
This
you
is
don't
a
need to
direct
fundy
measurement that
mute
the Earth
me like you're
cannot be
doing.
flat.
It's another time where this chanting zealot's going to have the line closed. I don't want to spare my voice. I don't want to shout through this wanker who's in pain. Yeah, because he's been defeated. He's spewed his nonsense, waffle. He's conceded how we'll need a horizontal plane of reference to describe the deviation from it. Yep. And then immediately wamble through the top of it. Yeah, wanker. Piss off.
He just said that the concrete tube is straight. And I assume that concrete tube is on the ground, so it's also straight, level.
Yeah, they need a flat Earth more than we do. And when it comes to we pointing out that Earth's measured flat for that, they go, no, the axiomatic principle of levels, not level. Why? Well, because I can show how it violates it. It's deviating. Look, here's the measurements. You can check for yourself the measurements. Oh, right. So the deviation is described from what? Well, from level, of course. You're like, you bloody idiots. What are you on?
You just don't understand large spheres.
No, I understand that he needs level. It implicitly requires level. And he doesn't have it. So he needs a flat Earth to describe his paradigm. We've been pointing that out for about 2 years.
Yeah, the really big sphere is an appeal. What is it called? It's a special pleading fallacy. If you measure a segment of a horizontal line, and you call that level, as we do, it's still a horizontal line. It doesn't matter how far it goes. Nothing's going to change that.
That was Anybody got any Earth curve measurement proof?
No, we covered that earlier.
We said that was riveting.
Yeah. They need a horizontal plane to measure to assert that there's a point below the surface level called Earth curve, Neil. They also need a flat Earth for that. It's on screen now. Surface level and eye level are parallel with one another. You need to measure your height above the surface level and with respect to the parallel eye level with it to derive this calculation of a hidden value below the surface level that's flat when measured. So they need to measure a flat Earth for everything. There is no exception. Earth's measured flat.
So it's a pseudo Earth curve calculator.
Yeah, pseudo Earth curve. You could call it that. Sham Earth curve calculator, fake Earth curve calculator, because you're measuring Earth flat to assert it in a calculation.
Yep. Well, the actual full title, they just took some words out. What it actually is the flat Earth resolution loss curve calculator. It has to do with the loss of resolution and its relationship between eye level and surface level.
It's loss of perspective. That's what it's losing.
Yeah, precisely.
Then hijacks it.
Yep.
Yep. Slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena holographic projections are described in the begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking Earth curve calculator.
And I haven't heard that in a while. We back to 2015. We back to 2015 or what?
We certainly are.
How do you explain Antarctica on the flat Earth though? Because it's much bigger on the flat Earth than the globe Earth.
How do we hold on? That was a lot to unpack. How do we explain Antarctica on a flat Earth because it's much bigger on a flat Earth? Did you say?
Yeah.
Who asserted Antarctica was anything, anywhere of any size? Give us a quote.
Well, if you have a flat Earth, it goes around the world on the flat Earth, right?
Did you hear what I just said? Who said Antarctica?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
What did I just say?
You were saying who's saying what size it is or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's got to have a size, right? Are you saying?
No, don't tell me what it's. So you're saying. So this is your claim, then, shithead. You claim Antarctica's massive. How the fuck would you know? Have you measured it? So this is your claim. You say it would have to be. So this is you saying it, then. Why? Have you measured it, idiot?
Have you measured it?
I wasn't claiming to have measured it, you stupid shit for brain strawman burning fucktard. Hey, fucktard. What you're doing is attempting to burn a strawman. And in reality, what I've done is taken that shithead strawman that you thought you were going to get to use and turned it into your stupid claim. Now, what's going on for you is you can't fucking believe what's happening. I'm charging you with your claims of what Antarctica could be, or should be, end quote, you. It should be, should it, shithead? When did you fucking measure it?
No, I haven't measured it, no.
Well, then shut the fuck up about Antarctica, you complete retard.
Why are you getting mad? Why are you getting
Because I'm dealing with a retard. That's you. You are a retard, and you annoy me greatly with your stupid shit you say about how Antarctica should be big on a flat Earth. What a fucking retard. I'm annoyed because you're a fucking retard. Is that clear?
No, it's not clear.
Is this going to be an insult based on nothing because you're a bit upset about me pointing out how stupid you are? Are you going to now try and insult me?
No, I'm not insulting you. I'm genuinely asking how big is Antarctica on the
What
flat
you're
Earth?
genuinely doing is stuttering, you little bitch.
How big? And then he asked again, how big is Antarctica?
I didn't make a claim
how
about
big is it on the flat Earth?
Sorry, did I make myself clear when I asked for a quote in regards to who's asking this question and then tied it down to you? Are you having a conversation with yourself, sir?
No, I was asking you. How big is it?
I don't make a claim about it. It's the third time I've said that. Are you deaf?
Okay, how can we know how big it is?
Are you having this conversation with me or yourself?
With you.
Why?
Yourself,
Are you dense? What part of I don't make a claim about it, fourth time? Do you not understand, you abject retard?
I didn't say you're making a claim. I'm saying how
So why are you asking me then, you stupid idiot? Are you dense? Why the hell are you asking me then? It's because you had a straw man, sir. It's because, while the White Knight pipes up, it's because he had a little straw man to burn, didn't he? About what I say Antarctica should be. And it failed miserably, and he got called a fucking retard for it, didn't he? Yeah, you tried to burn a straw man, sir, and it failed. Yeah? That's what happened. You just can't quite believe what's happened, and now you're talking while I summarise what's happened. Yeah, I know, it's painful for you, because you've been made to look like a thick twat by me. Nathan Oakley, a flat earther, making you look stupid with your assertions about how big Antarctica should be on a flat earth. What a muppet you are. Are you one of those stupid retard flat earthers with a retard flat earth map that got debunked in Antarctica? Are you one of those retards?
There's many flat earthers who believe Antarctica has a size.
You're one of them. You're a retard who thinks you know how big it is even though you haven't measured it. What a dickhead. That's not me though, dickhead. Did you want to burn a straw man like that was me? No, it's you. You're that dickhead.
I think you're misunderstanding.
I think you're stuttering. I think you're stuttering. I think that's
I'm not stuttering at all.
I think you're stuttering, sir. I don't think you're going to get to burn this straw man. I don't claim anything about Antarctica. I have paraphrased a claim third hand from a man who went there for 18 months, who said he did not see a 24-hour sun down there. Now, but for retroactive continuity, I can only assume he was telling me the truth, and that has changed. And now we do see a 24-hour sun, according to footage that's been presented to us. But I don't make any antipodal assumptions about being on a ball, and all the measurements that it's given us are flat Earth measurements. So the only thing I conclude from Antarctica, is that's what you're fishing for, is that they measured Earth flat down there. Down being an antipodal assumption you make and I don't.
I think you misunderstood the question.
No, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I definitely identified the straw man fallacy in your question about how big Antarctica was on a flat Earth map. I'm paraphrasing. That means repeating back what you've said, but without being a verbatim quote. What you actually said to me, and then taking a dump on it by pointing out I don't make any claims. What I do is point out people's affirming the consequent fallacy with a 24-hour sun when making a downward antipodal assumption. I'm quite concise in summarising my rebuttal to what you've put to me, because I did listen and I do understand you. You, on the other hand, are a fucking retard. And you're being told that, based on your behaviour, it's demonstrable, and you're being told it by me, a flat earther, with righteous indignation.
What behaviour? I'm asking a genuine question.
You're stuttering. That's what you're doing. Second time.
You misunderstood this. You think I'm
you stuttering little bitch.
Something?
I think you should sit down, you retard.
You could insult all you want.
I'm not insulting you. It's a demonstrable fact. You are a retard. You done now, retard? Do you want to sit down, or do you want to keep stuttering at me? You done stuttering at me, or are you going to sit down now? You've been defeated badly. Sit down. Shut up.
But I wasn't claiming you're making a claim about Antarctica. I was asking a genuine question.
Oh, weren't you? Oh, it seemed
No,
like
I
it. It
wasn't.
seemed like I pulled apart that straw man and took a giant steaming dump on it, and then called you a retard because the only one saying it was you, making it your claim. Remember? Yeah, I definitely listened and definitely humiliated you for it, and you're definitely going to see the need to interrupt me pointing that out again, aren't you? I've told you. You've been defeated badly based on your shitty straw man you tried to burn, and all you've got now is your interruptions incessantly through the top of me summarising how stupid you behaved. It's not an insult. It's a summary of your performance, shit for brains.
Shit for
brains. I have a,
Does he have a
question.
more coherent question?
Yeah, I have a question.
More coherent than the last
Nathan.
one?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be a very coherent question. Well, it depends on what your definition of coherence is going to be.
Obviously. Go ahead.
Feel free.
What's going to be sufficient evidence for you to admit that the Earth is a globe?
Measurements of a globe. You got any?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have them.
No, I'm asking you. That's a question.
Yeah, your question was... Yeah, okay, yeah, I got you. You're repeating yourself. Your question was, what would I accept for proof of a globe? My answer was measurements. Do you have any?
You said yes. So the next thing is provide the measurement.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, so what standard of measurement?
So give me measurements now. Go. Of a globe.
Let me just put on my
So you're muttering.
I bet $5.
I'm talking for myself.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. My name is Nathan Oakley. Address me as sir. When you give me flat Earth measurements claiming that they're globe measurements. Go. Give me your measurements, and I'll point out where you measured a flat Earth with them. Don't talk while I'm talking. Your opportunity is in the protracted silences you leave when I answer your question. What would it take to get me on the globe? Or maybe you could send me down to Antarctica so I could stand in front of a camera with a hoodie on and tell everybody how I was wrong like Jaren did. No, I'm not a fucking retard. What I'd accept is measurements of a globe. Give them me. And when you do, accept the strong tongue you get back when I point out how Earth's measured flat in your claim to be globe measurements that you're yet to give me. Give them me now.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting them.
Earth's measured flat, sir. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. You don't have anything then. So why are you asking me what it would take to get me on a ball that you have nothing to prove you're on a ball with? I know I'm on a flat plane, Earth's measured flat. If you were to now ask me for Earth measurements of a flat plane, I could give you many, many examples. If you then said, no, I've got ball measurements, I'd then take those ball measurements and show you where Earth was measured flat in your ball measurements. Earth is measured flat. Nothing will ever change how Earth is measured. It is flat. Your belief in a globe, sir, that you're asking me about what I could do to believe in like you believe in, was also made using those flat Earth measurements that you seem fit to interrupt. You see fit to interrupt me, the one who's got obviously more knowledge on this than you, the one who does have measurements.
True. You wanted measurement. There it is inside chat.
He didn't use sir. He didn't use sir when he said they're inside chat.
I'm not going to address someone as sir when they're lowly at lecture.
No worries. Hold on. He says he's got measurements.
Read it.
Hold on. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Guys, Nathan, I've dropped him in Master B.
Aristophanes? He's giving us Aristophanes. Are you having a laugh? Aristophanes measured Earth flat. Dickhead.
No.
Sorry, dickhead. I'm just... guy, we got your link. Now you can sit down and shut up while I point out that Aristophanes measured Earth flat with elevation angle measurements. He measured angles on a flat plane.
No, he didn't. You're miscrewing the experiment.
Yeah, he did.
That was completely done.
Right, what did
if you want to show me the same,
you say no.
I wasn't done.
You say no. Okay, I got it. I heard your objection.
If you want the same courtesy,
guy, you've got to shut up while I talk.
You speak. You're going to show me.
Oh my god. Yeah, I heard you say no. It's not just you talk while I talk, so it's not a defeat. What did Aristophanes measure? Go.
What you said there. Again, I'm muting you until you show me the same courtesy. So,
what did Aristophanes measure? Sorry, if this guy's muting me on my own show so he doesn't have to listen to me, kick him out. No, you either listen to me and respond to me or you piss off. What did Aristophanes measure? That's me engaging in the debate you've put forward. You've sent a link. Aristophanes, it says at the top. Measuring Earth with Aristophanes is the title. What did he measure? Go. Not, I'll mute you until I get to talk. Piss off then. Aristophanes measured Earth flat with elevation angles.
He measured 2 angles of sunlight of 2 locations.
Oh, angles? Sorry, angles. Angles are straight lines, shithead. They're not curved lines.
Angles are straight line?
Yeah, welcome to flat Earth. He measured Earth flat with those straight lines that aren't curving.
That's not true. Again, why are you...
sorry, it's not true that Aristophanes measured angles.
No, he used angles.
Yeah, he measured them.
Yeah, measuring the angle of the sun.
Yeah, measuring Earth flat. Yeah, with elevation angles. They're called elevation angles.
Yeah,
that's what it's... Why are you talking while I'm talking? Will this be you winning? If you keep talking while I'm talking, will it be you winning? Is this you winning? This is the fundamentalist select globe mute button, by the way. He'll moan later if he has to put on server mute while he's talking while I'm talking. He's measuring elevation angles. You decided that you were going to mute me while I asked you what he was measuring. Now, we've got 2 angles. Now, they're very specific types of angles. They're called elevation angles. Did you know that, sir?
Are you done?
Non-responsive. They're elevation angles off a flat plane that Aristophanes is measuring. He asked if I was done, which was non-responsive. It's only talking while I'm talking. Asking if I'm done in a protracted silence isn't confirming the elevation angle measurement of a flat Earth that Aristophanes is measured. That's a measurement of a flat Earth right there, sir. I said I'd call you names when you presented your flat Earth evidence and claimed it was a globe measurement, but it's actually an angle. That's 2 straight lines. How the fuck can that be a measurement of curve? He's only measuring elevation angles. This guy can only interrupt when he loses. It's the Glurf trick. Now, if I was to mute him, this isn't my server, I can't. But if I was, it'd be Nathan mutes people. Shut your channel, shut your... Nathan mutes. No, I'm telling you that he's measured a flat Earth. They're angles, straight lines, not curved lines.
It's funny how you miscrew studies.
Is it just me, or is this guy chanting straight through the middle of him? It's just me, or is he just now shouting through me? He's shouting through me. I'm just going to have to appeal to the moderators because I was in the middle of a statement. He's decided it's too painful. He will use his mute button on me. So I'll just appeal to the moderators, and rightly so. No, we got to the point where I told you that you'd say you got globe measurements, and when they came, I'd point out how Earth's measured flat in them, and Aristophanes is measuring 2 straight lines, an angle, an elevation angle, off the surface of Earth. Straight lines aren't curved. He's definitely not measuring curve. He's measuring straight lines. He's measuring a flat Earth. That is a fact. He doesn't have to like it. What that bitch Glurf can do is chant through me, though, can't he? Maybe appeal to Toon. McToon will say that I've muted you. No, you just chanted through the fact you measured Earth flat. Oh, by the way, McToon, the guy who's put this shit out that I mute people, even if I'm in a different server that I don't run, is because he also measures Earth flat with elevation angles like they did in Antarctica. He's presented flat Earth measurements also, like Aristophanes, with his flat Earth elevation angles that couldn't be curved measurements. They're straight lines for an angle. I'm done.
People can't be this stupid.
Yeah, so again, you're just miscrewing the whole fucking study of the experiment.
Now he's swearing at me. Yeah, fuck you, Glurf. You're a dumb shit motherfucker who measures Earth flat when you claim you're measuring a globe. You think you can just swear at me? Yeah, I can muster some disdain too, you stupid twat. I can tell you to go fuck yourself too. Yeah? Go fuck yourself. Aristophanes measured Earth flat, motherfucker. I can do it too.
I'm swearing.
Did he say miscrewing?
Well,
yes,
he's claiming in the chat that he did not use elevation angles.
Oh, he didn't.
There's Aristophanes right here. First line, ancient Greek astronomer Aristophanes was the first man to measure the size of Earth accurately. His method was very simple. He measured the angle. I got to say that again. Measured. Scratching my head. Should we need to re-clarify? No, I'm pretty sure we all know that he's measuring something. The angle. Angles have got straight lines meeting at vertices, right? No, not curved ones, right? I'm not misinterpreting what it says on his cited source. LibreText, physics. about measuring Earth with Aristophanes and how we're measuring an angle. So we're not measuring curve. We're measuring straight lines. Okay, he's measuring Earth flat, dickhead. How do my fucking nuts taste? You want to swear at me? My name's Nathan Oakley, the one with the salty testicles teabagging you after metaphorically shooting you in the face with a flat Earth measurement that Aristophanes made. Earth is measured flat. Remember my name, bitch. It's Nathan Oakley.
So, are you done?
Yeah, done measuring Earth flat with Aristophanes' angles. They're straight lines he measured, not curved. No.
Let me know where
Do you think chanting no through the top of me reiterating that Aristophanes absolutely measures Earth flat? I've just read the first line off your source.
Out, right?
Keep chanting, bitch. He measured Earth flat with angles. It's on the first line of your source. Tell me no, bitch. Tell me no, bitch. Yeah, he did. He measured Earth flat, bitch. Maybe swear at me. Yeah, I can raise my voice too, bitch. I can talk loud too, bitch. Yeah, Earth is measured flat by Aristophanes. You glurf bitch. Exactly as I said. I said, this guy will go and get Earth measurements, and when he does, I'll call him names, because he'll be measuring Earth flat. And that's exactly what happened, you little bitch. Enjoy the taste of my nuts.
So, again, the reason why he didn't measure the Earth to be
stuttering.
Flat,
he
like
did measure it. It's on the first line. He did measure it. It's on the first line. Sorry, this guy's going to lie. Glurf scum lying. No, it says it on the first line. Measure. It says it on the first line. Now he's saying he didn't measure. Lying glurf. Yeah, he did. He's only not measuring now because the measurement he made was of a flat Earth. So suddenly the glurfs have all got to say Aristophanes didn't measure Earth. Yeah, he did. He measured it flat. Enjoy the aftertaste.
To bleed or not to bleed? That is the question.
Yeah, he measured it to bleed. That's what he said.
He measured Earth flat. That's just a fact. Exactly like I told him.
Yeah, so can you explain to me why the shadows weren't at the same angle, but they were at different angles then?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? So he's conceding that we're measuring angles on Earth then? So we're definitely measuring angles. What's an angle? Two straight lines meeting at vertices? Oh, that would be straight line then, not a curved line. So we're not measuring a curved Earth then. The shadow on the surface that he measured was an angle. So it's a flat Earth he's measuring then, with a straight line. Yeah, we're all clear. Earth's measured flat.
Well, he's now claiming he measured an angle. Yeah? He's now claiming he's measured an angle. In the chat, he says he didn't measure an angle. You idiot.
Oh, sorry, so he's decrying the cited
he didn't measure the angle because he couldn't measure the angle because the angle was curved. You retarded flat earther.
Oh, so you can just decry this. Okay, no worries. No, let's just summarise. No, hold on, QE. Let's just take that as read then. So when it says in this source that Aristophanes measured Earth, he didn't. You're saying that Aristophanes is a load of shit and we can just disregard this guy's source. Okay, no worries. This man says he couldn't get an angle because Earth was curved. So we'll just throw Aristophanes' claim to be radial acquisition in the bin then. Because he couldn't measure an angle, according to that glurf dickhead.
You can keep coping. That's why you don't want to answer the simple question. Why the shadows wasn't at the same point.
Albanian, shut your pie hole and listen up.
Why the shadows wasn't
past the hour.
Point? What?
The
what
Viking
the
posted something you might want to learn how to read. There's two images. The second one that says flat Earth's reality was how it was done. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'm happy to throw it in the bin. Look, if he says he can't get an angle, then we can't get an angle. Then this is garbage. No worries. According to the guy that objected, no, Aristophanes couldn't measure Jack because he couldn't get an angle. Okay, in the bin it goes.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
so
in the bin it goes.
I'm asking you the question since you're so intellectual.
Yeah, fuck you.
Because you just
you notice how the second the ad hom started, the mod shut you down, dickhead. Yeah, I won. Enjoy the aftertaste. My name's Nathan Oakley.
Yeah,
Don't forget it.
He just came in talking about shadow angles and then claimed that there is no angle that was measured due to curvature. So he's just double speaking.
So I don't want to hear about Aristophanes no more.
Nah,
he just threw it out.
He just threw it out.
They want our measurements.
Go on, John.
They want our measurements, but they so that they can calculate their globe. Yeah, y'all can't have them no more. We're taking that away.
Fucking bastards. He jumped us.
Yeah, we got T-jump.
Yeah, we got T-jump for sure. T-jumping.
Yeah.
Reflecting.
Check out these elevation angles that prove how sphery Earth is. Well, they're elevation angles. That's a flat Earth you're measuring. He couldn't measure anything.
You dumb flat earther.
You just don't understand how little he could measure. You tell me how he couldn't measure it, dumb flatty.
No, he said curved angles. He measured curved angles, you dumb flat earther.
It's a shame he didn't use Alberuni because he measured angles as well.
Yeah. All roads lead to a flat Earth. Earth will always be measured flat. That guy was told before he went and dug out his citation that whatever he got, I'd point out his flat Earth measurement and call him names. Now he's really upset about it. I mean, I can turn that on and off, by the way, mate. You know, that disdain I have for you, it's just put on, it's just an act. I don't really care. But because I, was just holding up to my bargain that if you went and got some measurements of a globe Earth, I'd point out how Earth was measured flat in them and then call you names for a bit. Fun. Yeah, very amusing. 150 people watching you get called a dickhead and an idiot, and you telling us how your cited source is garbage because he couldn't really be getting an angle. Okie dokie, well done.
That's the whole point.
So
You
the
should have let him
7-degree angle
explain it,
measurement.
though.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. You should have let him explain it, though. Maybe we gotta have a discussion after the show.
And let him explain how they're not acquirable angles.
No, he just posted a link. That's kind of disingenuous.
Well, no. So again, I'm just asking a very simple question because you guys are so much intellectual. So I'm asking this amazing question: why weren't the shadows
Triggered? Just a little triggered bitch. Triggered bitch. Can't wait till you've.
At the beginning of my sentence, interrupt the middle of my sentence. I was still talking.
Can you answer that simple question to me?
Hang on, Albanian. You posted something in regards to. Oh, sorry, QE, go.
Shout out to Pablo for gifting 5 memberships. Go ahead, QE.
I forgot what I was going to say.
He just
said something about him being disingenuous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He posted just a link. That's quite disingenuous. You should let people that just post links, they need to explain what their evidence is. Not you to go in, right? Because you know Aristotle.
Down for you. So
you need to let
easy
him,
by doing
as a counselor, just explain and prove his case. Why is somebody talking through me?
Triggered Glurf. He can't cope. He's having to call you names and swear at you because I've just held up my end of the bargain and called him a load of names. Now he feels justified in calling you them while you're talking.
I haven't called him any names. I don't know why you're lying. Also, I didn't interrupt him.
Try again, QE.
He'll talk. He's a fargan bastard.
There you go. The angle of 7.2 degrees is blah, 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 a full circle. You know the distance between Sunny and Alexander was approximately 800 kilometers. If 7.2 corresponds to 800 kilometers, and a full 360 degree corresponds circumference of 800 kilometers, x 54,000 kilometers, more close to the modern measurement of Earth's circumference, which is 4,775 kilometers.
You broke him, Nathan. You broke him. He's like in rant mode.
We broke you, Albion. Do you want us to go through how flat it is on your... is this diagram from him, right? Angle difference, 3 angles. Aristotle's experiment to measure Earth. Yeah, you see at the top there, Albion? Can you see that? Just take him off mute, see if he can contain himself for a bit.
Well, I'm done, bro. I'm gonna go. I have a wife. I'm gonna go cook some food with her.
Yeah, run, bitch.
What's his name?
Run, bitch.
No running. There is no running, right?
No worries.
You can't answer a simple
you can pretend that you're going to do it. I'll just go through the flat Earth that's in your example that you gave us here while you waffle on about how you got to leave. I've put you on mute so I can show my audience, without QE interrupting me, how Earth must be measured flat for this angle. Now, while I'm pointing this out to the audience, I've now got a closed G+ line as well. How Earth is measured flat for this angle. In his diagrammatical example, he waffled non-stop and then ran like a coward, just to point that out.
I want to know where he's got these measured angles from when he couldn't measure an angle because we're dumb flat earthers.
he's measured them on a flat Earth. They're at the top of his diagram. It says angle difference 3 degrees, and then it shows city A and city B on a flat Earth for his diagrammatical example of just how Earth is measured flat for these angles. It could only be a flat Earth, or there wouldn't be angles. So he's measured Earth flat. Now, I realised that you had to take control, and I did it in my own internal way and closed down the Discord line because Albion was rumpusing me putting up the diagram he's posted.
Well, just
Which
in Master B
diagram
for
is
you,
that?
Nathan. This is from our chat in Master B, and this is why I'm asking the question. How did he measure these angles when us dumb flat earthers? He says he didn't measure the angle, you idiot. So if he didn't measure the angle, and I'm an idiot, Albanian, where are these angles coming from? No, can't tell us.
He left. He said he's got a life.
That was just an obfuscation tactic, so we didn't point out the angles coming off a flat Earth in his diagram.
Why did I always miss that flat part on the diagram? It's like a flat part.
John summarised it earlier. They need our flat Earth measurements to move forward in their globe faith, and we're just not going to allow them to do it anymore.
Nathan,
yes.
1, 2, 2.5.
3. Okay, then.
I guess I'll just stay.
Right, with that, I'm going to say, if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering Streams, I should really not be such a slob when I'm about to go on camera. Stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, though, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So, another massive thank you to all of you. Smash the super chat, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, joined as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, gifted memberships, and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next.
Proving that the Earth is measured. We appreciate that.
Was that Jetty?
Yes.
It is. What's up, Quantum Array? How are you?
Your mic's is as pristine as ever. Thanks.
Good stuff. Nice to hear you too, mate. Hope you're keeping well.
Yes, sir. You too. But on the other side, on the other end, get stuffed.
Who was the container guy? That's what I want to know. With the vacuum container.
Why are you all hot and bothered with this container, Neil? We got a show.
Because it was funny.
We got a show to run here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, contain yourself,
Well,
Neil.
now,
It's
it was pretty funny when it was pretty funny when he was trying to say that that gravity was an intermolecular force, and then Nathan was like, "No, it's not. It's not a force." And he's like, "Well, it's a pseudo force," and like that won't affect gas.
That's not a,
you know. And it was like,
no, gravity's not a pseudo force either. Einstein never said gravity was a pseudo force. Didn't even imply. They don't even know what pseudo forces are. Idiots.
No, I'm talking about the funny part. When Nathan started the show, he wanted us to address what's going on inside the container.
I'm gonna have to listen to the show, Neil. Please don't try to, portray it for everyone again. I'm sure they heard it since they were here. Can we move on? Is there anyone else? Is there any scientific evidence for a globe?
Yeah.
answer him. Oh, you said yes. Oh God.
Just somebody said yes.
Yep.
Obviously, man. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Really?
Holy shit.
Take it away.
You know that you.
Uh-oh.
You know that you.
No, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue.
No.
Right.
Me neither. I'm just gonna embarrass you and expose your science acumen. What you should have said, that is a malformed question, QE, because natural science and the scientific method only adjudicate natural cause and effect relationships. It has nothing to do with determining shapes. That's geometry. Heretofore, rendering your science acumen lower than Mr. Magoo's. Thanks. Have a nice day.
That's pretty low.
You understand fine, Maine. It's
so no point in arguing.
It's a category error on your part.
He said yes. he agrees, but he still thinks he's right. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Or dumb bastard.
Okay, so you still think there's scientific evidence for a globe then, right?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I think.
Talk us through it.
I don't know. Have you been freeze dried in the past 45 seconds or so?
Okay,
I mean, I took a dab like 10 minutes ago, but
oh god,
it sounds like
let's play ball. Maybe you can
Huey
provide
just
a
explained it to
hypothesis.
you. You agreed with him, and then you went back on it in the next sentence. You're insane.
Yes.
Let's hear him explain it.
Explain what?
I didn't go back on
what?
it. I didn't go back on it. I believe that the Earth is a globe, and I also think there's evidence for it.
So you accept without evidence that the Earth is a globe. That's what you just said. Because belief means acceptance without evidence.
I don't accept any evidence that exists. I know what I believe and what I think.
You don't accept any evidence that exists? You don't accept any evidence that exists? That makes no damn sense.
I don't accept any evidence that just exists. Now okay, all right. This is why it's pointless to talk to you guys, because I mean.
Hey, well, do you want me to
let's let him give us
Let me
evidence.
just have an attempt with him to try and explain what's going on, because he doesn't follow what's going on, and I want to break it down for him because it's driving me nuts. So, when you were asked for scientific evidence of a globe, right, that's a category error. Yeah? Science deals with cause and effect. The globe is a shape. You can't have scientific evidence for a globe. That would be maths.
That would be geometry?
So the statement "the Earth is a globe" is a scientific question.
No.
No.
Or it's a scientific statement. Sorry.
No, it
Not a
definitely
question.
isn't. Second time. Science deals with cause and effect. Globe is a concrete noun. Not a cause
Where
and
did you
effect.
get the concept that it only deals with cause and effect?
That's what natural science is.
Dude, you don't remember
That's
like
how you
any
define it?
part of your schooling? Like that was science class. Do you not remember science class?
5th grade science for you.
There is no class called science class.
No, fifth grade.
So
at
I don't
school,
remember it.
You would have been taught
General science. Yes, there is.
Yeah, you did have a science class unless you didn't go to school.
Oh, I didn't. I took biology, chemistry, physics, that kind of stuff, but
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
science.
take
And
general
you
science.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the sciences.
More of an indictment.
Okay, so that they will have taught you at some point, you may not remember, that you're dealing with cause and effect, hypothesis construction, actualization of hypothesis with experiment. That's the scientific method. That's science.
Hypothesis does not mean cause and effect. Sorry, it's a statement.
From Lowell
my
C,
God.
becoming a successful scientist, Cambridge University. A scientific hypothesis is based on cause and effect reasoning. From Drexel University, the scientific method is hypothesis driven. It is based on a cause and effect relationship. From Anne-Marie Helmstein, PhD, Biomedical Sciences. A hypothesis is an educated guess based on observation. It's a prediction of cause and effect. From the University of North Carolina, in an experiment, the independent variable is the variable that is varied and manipulated by the researcher, and the dependent variable is the response that is measured. An independent variable is the presumed cause, whereas the dependent variable is the presumed effect. The IV is the antecedent, whereas the DV is the consequent. We good?
Yeah, so globes are concrete now. Can't have scientific evidence of it.
He bounced, guys, just to let you know.
Of course, because At the point that the penny drops, how fucking wrong they are, they drop out.
Yeah, like I did
So I
when
have
I
a
heard
question.
yeah. When I heard yeah, sorry man, I'll let you ask it in just a second. But when I heard him say yeah, I was like, well, somebody just stuck their foot right through the mouth into their like brain.
What was your question?
Okay, so how is the Earth flat?
That's how it's measured.
How is the
Not a
Earth
how
flat?
question. That's
That's
not a
a
how question.
yeah. My God.
We got a few more science confused people in the chat.
That guy done?
Kohar Khan.
Karma Kun? Is that how you say your name?
Kohar Khan.
Kohar Kun? Yeah, Earth's measured flat. That's how Earth's flat.
It's measured flat. What do you
That's
mean by
correct.
that? Can you elaborate? Give me more detail.
Well, were you not here for the last 5 minutes where the guy presented Aristophanes and we pointed out how Aristophanes measured angles off
Oh,
a
I
flat
don't
plane?
know. You guys
I haven't
were
finished
talking
answering
about
my
something
question,
else.
and this arsehole is immediately interrupting me. What a wanker. Cunt! Shut the fuck up, you dumb cunt globe believer.
Oh, is this how you treat the opposition?
Yeah, it's how I treat you when
Very
you talk through me
polite.
answering your fucking question, you stupid shithead.
Well, there was a mistake, dude.
Shut up!
That
means shut the fuck
audio. That's
up.
why.
Shut up. Or I'll have you shut up, you stupid spastic. I'm answering you. How's it flat? It's fucking measured flat like the last twat showed us in his example that he thought was a globe measurement. Aristophanes. This is where you interrupted last time, you stupid shit. It's measured flat even if you think you're on a globe. If you think you're on a globe, give me a globe measurement and I'll show you how Earth's measured flat in it. Like the last twat that couldn't stop interrupting me like you just did, you stupid bastard. It's measured flat by Aristophanes. Do you understand, you dumb fuck globe believer? That's not rhetorical, you stupid twat that can't stop interrupting when I answer your question. The protracted silence is when you talk, after I tell you to. Do you understand, you stupid globe-believing dickhead? Aristophanes measures Earth flat. Do you understand? So no, you don't understand. You're a retard. You don't comprehend what I just said to you. No, it wasn't rhetorical. You're a spastic.
Okay, can you please specify if it was rhetorical or not at the end of each?
What was no? It was not rhetorical. Do you, the fuckwit globe-believing twat, understand? Earth is measured flat by Aristophanes with elevation angles. Third time, and he's interrupting me like a wanker. You're just here to be a wanker, aren't you, Kern? Kern, you're just here to be a wanker. You're just here to be a wanker. I
apologize.
Yeah, just stop apologizing and shut the fuck up, or I'll have the moderators remove you. You're a twat. I'm answering you. You're not acknowledging me. You're leaving protracted silences, and when I reiterate that which you've ignored, you start talking like a wanker. Because that's what you are. You're a stupid, moronic, globe-believing dickhead who doesn't understand a simple answer to the question you've asked. Why is Earth flat? No, you didn't ask that. How is Earth flat? Okay, well, we'll just package that up as a reasonable person's question and give you the fucking answer. Aristophanes measured it that way, dickhead. Do you understand? It's not fucking rhetorical, you abject retard. Do you understand?
Can you give me his equation on why
That's non-responsive. He's not answering me. He's a wanker. Do you understand?
I understand, yes, I understand.
Yeah, so Earth's flat, dickhead. Now you can shut up. Good. So you understand Earth's measured flat, and the globe measurements in the case of Aristophanes start by measuring Earth flat. So you understand, now you can sit down and shut up. That's how, dickhead. Now you can shut up. Now you know how Earth is flat. Okay, retard?
Yeah, what he was appealing to is the calculation. Well, if the calculation contradicts the measurement's not wrong, the calculation is.
Okay, are you done?
What, in the sodding silence that you're leaving by not answering, you stupid retard? No, I think the protracted fucking silence was John still talking.
Was that rhetorical?
Have you only got a few little buzzwords, a few little catchphrases you can reply to us with when we point out our fucking Earth's flat? Yeah, it is, dickhead. You obviously didn't know that because you've got shit for brains. You're a globe believer, a retard, someone who hasn't looked into this subject and thinks it's somehow fanciful to believe Earth's flat. No, now you know, don't you, dickhead? Earth's measured flat. Go look at Aristotle's measurement of an angle off a flat plane and you'll know too how Earth's measured flat. It's part of your globe faith. That faith is based on measurements
Nathan.
of Earth as a flat plane.
Yo, Nathan.
Yo, dickhead, Earth is measured flat to answer your question. Don't say my name, say I understand Earth is measured flat by Aristoteles.
No, I wanted to ask you something
You need to
else,
stutter
but
like a bitch. Yeah, you need to ask me something. Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo. I appreciate that when I put to you how Earth is measured flat, you need to ask me something. Don't you, dickhead? Don't. Acknowledge what I'm telling you, not asking you. Telling you Earth's measured flat. Acknowledge it. Don't ask if it's rhetorical or if it's your turn to talk after a silence. It's flat. That's how it's measured. Comprende?
Yes, I acknowledge you, yes, but I had another question.
Acknowledge me? No, don't acknowledge me. That's what I've just told you not to do when you said my name in response last time. Don't say my name. Don't acknowledge me. Acknowledge how Earth is measured flat by Aristophanes. That's the 5th time, Dumbo. 5th attempt.
Yes, I acknowledge what you said about the
What did I
flat
say?
and being measured
What did I
by-
say?
Yes, I acknowledge what you said.
Which was?
The Earth is measured flat.
Yeah, that's how, mate. Yeah? Welcome to Flat Earth. Now sit down, shut up, maybe you'll learn something, you stupid idiot.
Okay, but why are you so mean?
Sit
I
down
wanna be your
and
friend,
shut
though.
up, you dumbass globe-believing retard who's just found out Earth is measured flat. Something you didn't know till now. Now appreciate how dumb you are by sitting down, shutting up and putting yourself on mute. Don't ask me anything. Sit down and shut up. It's an order by me. My name's
Okay,
Nathan
can I ask
Oakley.
you one last
I'm the one giving you fucking orders. You understand me, shithead? I'm telling you. Shut the fuck up or I'll have you shut up. You found out Earth's flat today. Good for you. Welcome to Flat Earth. I've been doing this 10 years. I've suffered the ridicule and over-talking of shitheads like you for 10 fucking years. Now I'm telling you, shut the fuck up, you retard. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Well done, you found out Earth's measured flat. Now sit down and shut up. Next.
He said he wants to be your friend.
I don't give a shit what he wants.
I don't think they know the difference between calculation and measurement. QE, I said like 2 years ago you needed to do a show on that.
Remember my name, ballers. This is what you have done to us for 10 years. Told us how stupid we are. Not justifiably so. You've smeared us with ridicule for enough time and now you're getting it back. Now you know how it feels. It's not for believing a flat earth that you're being ridiculed. It's for believing a globe. Deserving ridicule. Lap it up. Remember my name.
You're in rare form today, boy.
I've had no coffee.
Yeah, you shouldn't get a coffee like a lot then, man. You've been
Amazon
turning it
man's not
up.
been. He's not been. I ordered beans yesterday. I'm waiting for the Amazon man.
Where the
Same
hell
me.
is he then?
I don't know. My wife orders everything. I don't actually order anything.
That was a rhetorical question.
Don't get no coffee, man. You're tearing it up.
Caffeine withdrawals are a proper bitch, man. I can't stop swearing.
had coffee.
That's no excuse.
You could just say your Friday show's the adult show. This is the adult show. You get one that's not monetized through the week, but it's the adult show.
Absolutely. I'll tell Paula not to
It's a
watch.
beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today. Got 6 inches of snow outside. It's gorgeous out there. It's pristine. No one's stepped in it yet. Absolutely beautiful.
I wish I knew where you lived. I would just run all over your yard.
Can you see your breath?
Yeah, damn. That's mighty white of you.
Can you see your breath or?
Wait a second. Let me shut off the camera and be right back.
Neil should be getting some of that too in Alabama. Latsy too. They should be getting some of that right now.
Yeah, it looks like. Yep, the sky is what I used to see in New York.
Yeah,
It's like 38 degrees. I ain't getting no snow.
When's someone going to make a Witsit parody? I want to see Witsit in camera going, no, there isn't any breath. Just give me a second. And then him hitting a bong off camera. And then him breathing it out. But as he breathes it out, he goes, what's up with that?
Here's some breath.
What's up now?
I still don't get that. What is this vape gate thing you guys talking about?
Witsit was asked if he's in Antarctica, why doesn't he have no breath? Cold, breathe. So he said, I don't know. Then somebody asked him to pick up some snow, and he said, I don't have any gloves on. Shuts the camera off to go get his gloves, goes into the trailer. When he comes out, he takes a quick hit of vape, comes back in front of the camera, turns it on, blows out his breath and says, there's some breath. What's up now?
What's up?
There's more to it. That's not the end of the story. Right.
What?
There's more to it. So then a guy called King Nico catches this and calls him out for it. Rightly so, as it now turns out. Yeah? It's a good thing about watching things from the outside and letting the dust settle. So King Nico's right. Absolutely called it correctly. He did go in, have a puff of vape, like anybody gives a shiny shit. But he did get it right. So then Witsit comes back, puffs out his vape, and then starts to lie about it. For whatever reason. Well, I know the reason. Witsit's a lying shit. He can't help himself. That's why he lied about it. Why? Because he wanted to prove that there was a trip to Antarctica and he was definitely there, and he thought that it would be beneficial to prove it by having a quick puff of a vape and then breathing it out after he turned his camera back on. Well, that's lying shits for you. Doesn't really prove or disprove anything. But what it does show is that aftermath is what you actually pay more interest in. So this guy King Nico calls it, and everyone jumps on the bandwagon of Vapegate, right? But the guys in TFE all deny it. No, definitely not. It's all deny, and excuses for why the conspiratards who've called this Vapegate out are wrong. Now, as time progresses, a new angle from Dave McKeegan comes up because he's, for whatever reason, carrying Duffy's footage. So he uploads Duffy's footage, and it shows, absolutely without question, him having a puff of vape. Again, like it matters. But it does prove that where they were all calling foul, that's the TFE crowd, on all the conspiratard idiots, no, they were right. Now, the fact that it's an inconsequential nothing burger is irrelevant. The aftermath shows that in the face of just people showing something that was a bit awry, regardless of how important it is, they got called conspiratard idiots and shouted down as wrong by the TFE crowd, and they weren't wrong. Now you've got Dave McKeegan going, oh, well, yeah, in this second angle, he is actually having a puff of a vape. But that doesn't mean we didn't go down there. And you're like, well, yeah, in many ways, I'd probably agree with you. It's non sequitur. But everyone around Dave shouted down all these people for being lunatics and saying that they were wrong. And they weren't. So what that shows you is that the TFE crowd are more than happy to shout down anybody who disagrees with them, regardless of how truthful or correct they are in this case. Vapegate, it turns out the conspiratards were right. Okay?
And where there's smoke, there's fire.
Hold on a minute. That's going too far, Neil.
Oh, wait. What about the snow? Hold on. Right after that, then instead of just bending down and picking up snow, he walks 20 feet away, grabs some snow, comes back, and drops it in front of the camera.
Go ahead, Eli.
The door behind you.
With that?
The door behind you. That's a good point, Eli. So there was a door behind Whitsitt that he did walk out of, some sort of dome of tents, but that's the secret footage that they haven't published yet, Eli. I think you're hot micing, Eli.
That ain't fair. I don't like Whitsitt or nothing, but that I don't know. I see your point on how they treat people. That's wrong.
Yeah,
what they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm focusing on. Not on
that's
vape.
the only. That's the only thing to focus on.
So Nathan, you're telling me I was on to something when I was saying this was weird as hell, and he was vaping and saying he wasn't.
I think actually we have made a little Eli-shaped shrine and will now start worshipping you over this, Eli. It is amazing how right you were.
The point was never to say they weren't in Antarctica. I'm saying this dude's a weird alien-like liar. So now I can say that, right?
Yeah, no. I'll rescind my skepticism previously because it was also and unrightly directed at you. And now, given that you were making that point all along, no, it's not that we're trying to say this suggests they're not in Antarctica. It's non sequitur. It's more that it's just dodgy. And they're defending it unnecessarily. That was your point all along. And we kind of shouted you down because it's like, no, that's just you looking at Vapegate. So I apologise to you personally, Eli. I was wrong. Vapegate was much... No, I better not. No, I won't diminish my apology.
Hold on. It shows all these people that swear Whitsitt is so intelligent, how he is not this intelligent person.
Just having a guy having a little puff, that's all.
He's just a liar
If he had any intelligence, he would not have to grab a vape to try and prove that he's at a place where people think he's not at. I mean, come on, just say, I have no idea.
What did pique my interest was the way he defended this. Like, if it were me, you kind of think, well, how would I behave if someone was like, you clearly had a smoke? I'd be like, yeah, I did. I'd be like, yeah, so you were faking it? No, I wasn't. That would be my attitude. It'd be just total nonchalant. This is silly. Whereas instead he's leaned into it and started defending it like it needs defending. Whitsitt, that is. Which, for me, that piqued my attention more than anything. Why are you defending it?
Because he used it
may
as
have a
proof
family
of
member.
breath.
Well, he may have, like, in his relationship, his old lady might not want him vaping. Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that the people that pointed out that it was vape and were right were shouted down and treated horribly by this crowd. That's the relevant thing.
Why did he do it in the first place?
Exactly. That's where Eli steps in and goes, well, that's kind of what I was trying to say all along. But yeah, Eli got shouted down and it just got tarred with the brush of you're a Vapegate conspiratard. Right, Eli?
Basically, yep, basically.
Well, like I say, I apologise for that because there's always some good. And technically speaking, I'm in the dust storm while I'm calling them all tards for doing it because I'm highlighting it. So, my bad for being in the dust storm. But just sitting back.
Be careful of the shadow gate.
It could have been bad. You're used to, just like I'm used to people assuming things. We can see something and not assume though. Like, let's not go, create narratives after the fact.
Fair enough. That was happening around that subject, though, wasn't it? Let's be honest. People are creating plenty of narratives around Vapegate.
No, there's Shadowgate, too.
Shadows might also be the same. They might turn into something useful. They might not. They already are useful. We've had Toon giving Brian elevation angle measurements off a flat plane and saying, look, it all matches the globe. My flat Earth measurements match the globe. Right. Sorry for me being so sweary, Politics Discord server. Thank you very much for having us, as always. I'm going to toddle off. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, more than welcome, my friend.
I'll try and be a bit less sweary next time. Take it easy. Hopefully see you next Friday.
Make sure you have coffee, that's all.
Yeah. I will. Right. Shall I round out our show? Or did you guys want to chat now I've disconnected from Discord? I don't see any point in connecting back to Flat Earth Debate Discord. Clearly not. Okay, with that, another huge, massive, enormous thank you to my G Plus panel for making today's after show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video.